Hello everyone, my name is Paige and today I'm going to be showing you all of my signed books. I have a ton of signed copies and this video is probably going to be pretty long, so I'm just going to literally start from the upper left hand corner and work my way down because otherwise I have no idea what order to do this in. I'm also going to talk a little bit about how each book got signed, if I either bought it that way or if I went to an author signing, which is the majority of them. I would say about 99% of my books that are signed were ones that I got signed in person. But yeah, I think this will just be a really fun video to show you some really cool signatures and books and experiences that I had with meeting authors, so let's get started. If you have seen my bookshelf tour, you'll remember that in the upper left-hand corner of my shelf are all of my copies of The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. So a large majority of these are signed, so I'm not going to show every single one, but this one is really special to me because it's the 10th anniversary special edition hardcover one, and this one is just signed without a personalization. I actually don't particularly like when my books are personalized. I don't know why, I just feel like they look kind of funny. So this one isn't personalized. It has like a little thank you up here from Marcus Zusak, and sometimes he does drawings in some of the books that he does signatures in, but this one doesn't really have one. It just has like the little smiley face. But yeah, I love this copy. And then one other one of note on that bookshelf is my advanced review copy of Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zusak. I was so excited when I got this, and my mom and my sister actually got this signed for me in LA when I was in London, so that's super cool to have this one signed as well. The next two I have signed are these Broken Stars and this Shattered World, and these are co-written by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. They're only signed by Amy Kaufman, and these are personalized, which whatever, and they have like a little inscription on each of them. And this one is this Shattered World. Super cool. The next one I have signed is Forbidden, and this is co-written by Siri James and her son Ryan M. James. I love this book. I love Siri James's work. I've mentioned this a million times. So she signed and personalized this one for me and wrote a special little note for me inside. So that was super sweet of her. I have a bunch more of her books that'll pop up throughout this that are also signed by her. The next one I have signed is Labyrinth Lost, and this is by Zoraida Cordova. I might be saying that wrong. And this one is also personalized to me. This one I actually went to the book signing. Most of the ones that are personalized, I went to the book signings. When I was in college back in Denver, the bookstore in Denver, Tattered Cover, which is an amazing bookstore. There's actually like 4 or 5 different locations throughout Denver. They always did like a ton of book signings, so that's where a majority of these books got signed. The next 3 I've signed are all by the same author, and that is Victoria Schwab. So I have Vicious signed, and this one is also personalized, as you can see. Then I also have personalized A Darker Shade of Magic, and of course this Savage Song. These I also went to the signing and got these signed, and that was a super cool experience to meet her. She was amazing and wonderful and a really great public speaker. I actually have like 4 or 5 other books up here that I need to get signed by her eventually. Okay, this next set of books, of signed books, I've actually met this author twice. Once at a very small conference, convention, I don't even know what you would call it, in Ontario, California, and also again in Denver back when I was in college. So some of the ones I got signed were Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I love Marissa Meyer. She always has really fun events, and they're super fun to go to. I also have Scarlet signed, as well as Cress. Fairest is also signed, along with Winter, and it has this super cool stamp of #JoinTheResistance and stars above. This next author is also another one that I've met twice, and both times she's recognized me from Twitter and all of that, which is really exciting, and that's Maggie Stiefvater, and I have all of these signed by her. I have 2 other ones on my shelf that she hasn't signed, and I'm not going to show every single one because the signatures all pretty look the same. But there is something special in all the Crooked Saints that I want to show you guys. So when I went to this signing, she was doing something kind of special where obviously she was signing the books, but then she gave out these little cards or stickers that she drew, I guess, and that goes along with all the Crooked Saints, and she also signed these, so that was super awesome. This next author is Marie Lu, and I have all of these books signed by her. There's only one that I have by her that isn't signed, and I met her at the LA Times Festival of Books, and she was super nice, super amazing, and she signed all of these for me, so that was super kind of her. Another one I have signed that I just recently got, and something I mentioned in my most recent book haul, is Where the Light Ends, and this is by Hunter Hodeggy. As I mentioned in that video, this is actually a book that was written by one of my boyfriend's friends, and he was so kind enough to sign the copies that he gave us, so that was really nice of him. This next one I got in a book box, which I don't actually subscribe to. I had done this promotion thing for Uppercase, or Actually, I don't even really remember which one it was, but one of the books they sent me was Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, and that one was signed, so that was really cool. These next two are very special for me and were something that my sister got signed for me because at the time I was in Florida with my boyfriend and my parents when we went to Disney World, and my sister went to the LA Times Festival of Books for me and was so kind enough to get both copies of my Saba Tahir arc signed for me, so that was very, very sweet of her. And these are super, super cool. Can't really see it, but it says 2-page and then her signature is right in the middle. Okay, another author I've had the great, great privilege of meeting is Alexandra Bracken, and I have all of these signed by her, which is super amazing. She is so wonderful and I loved meeting her, very down to earth. And yeah, obviously I'm not going to show you every single one, but this is super cool to have all of these signed by her. I'll actually show you one, and this is my arc of Passenger, and she signed it to me, which was very sweet. Another author that I've met twice, and both of these books I got at the LA Times Festival of Books, is Maureen Gu, and she signed both of these for me, which is very kind of her. My favorite one is The Way You Make Me Feel, where she wrote 2-page and then she signed it and she said tagline to come. I love that. Again, another author I've met at the LA Times Festival of Books is Sandhya Menon, and she signed both of these for me, which was very kind of her. She said Kismet and Kisses. I love that. Just right up here. Another author I've met is Amina May Safi. I was actually the first person to have her sign an arc, which was super cool. And she said, Paige, this is my first book autograph, XOXO, and then she signed it, which was super cool. And this book actually came out on my birthday, so like there's a lot of special stuff that goes along with this one, which I love. Okay, another one that my sister actually got signed for me in that same trip when she got those Saba Tahir ones signed is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. So she signed my arc for me, which is very cool. And then I had one of my business cards and she said, Dear Paige, you should have been here. So that's super, super cool as well. Okay, this next book is one that I picked up at Y'all Fest one year, and that's Always Never Yours, and this is by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca, and both of the authors signed it, and both in different colors, so that was really amazing. There's clearly a theme here of books that my sister has gotten signed for me, because this is another one that she did for me, and that's Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, and she got this signed for me again at the LA Times Festival of Books, and I just love this little smiley face that she drew in it. Okay, another one that is really special to me is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delaria. It was such a joy meeting Ava Delaria, and she personalized my book and wrote this long message in it. So it says, "It's such a delight to meet you. Thank you so much for being an awesome blogger. We authors appreciate you. Yours, Ava Delaria." And I just love that so much. I almost forgot, but she also signed my arc of In Search Of, and she said, "For the lovely Paige Turner," which is really cool. Another author I met at the LA Times Festival of Books was Nicola Yoon, so she signed both copies of my arcs of Everything Everything and The Sun Is Also a Star, so she just signed in bright purple ink, which I totally love. And then in The Sun Is Also a Star, she also has that bright, bright purple. Love it. Another author I met at Y'all Fest actually was Nina LaCour, and I had her sign all of my copies of her books, but these are just the next ones on the bookshelf. So that was very, very nice of her. So, so cool. Love it. And then in Everything Leads to You, she signed it here. Love it. Again, another author that I have quite a few books signed by is Morgan Matson. She has signed all these books for me, which is really awesome. I'm only going to show you guys just one because that's the easiest way to do it. So here we go. There it is. Boom, signature. Again, another author that I met back in Denver. Another copy of a book that honestly I don't remember where I got this signed. I think it was possibly sent to me by the publisher. I'm not sure, but that's All the Bright Things by Jennifer Niven. And inside it also has this extra little book thing, or book plate, I guess, that says, "Paige, thank you for being one of my bright places. You make me lovely." So that was really sweet. And then she has her signature right there. Super cool. Okay, this one is really, really cool because it's You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour and David Levithan. And I actually had Nina LaCour sign it first, so she signed it on this page. And then I met David Levithan, I think, at a different book signing. It had to have been a different book signing, and then he signed it here. At that same signing, he also signed my copies of Another Day and Will Grayson, which of course is co-written by him and John Green. So I have David Levithan signing in here and in here. Okay, when I went to this book signing, it was really, really small. There was like probably less than 10 people there. And that was the Matthew Quick signing, and he signed my copies of Silver Linings Playbook, which was really amazing and really nice of him. This one's personalized, so that's really, really cool. And I love the movie. I haven't actually read the book yet, but I really need to get to it soon. Another author that I have met twice, and he is always so lovely whenever I meet him, was Jason Reynolds, and he has signed all of these books for me, which was really, really kind of him. I'll show you one here in my arc of For Everything. There we go. There was also a Lori Halse Anderson signing in Denver, so I got my copy of Twisted and Speak signed, and she has a gorgeous signature. Just look at that. Amazing. Yet another signing that was in Denver was Mary E. Pearson, so I have my copies of The Kiss of Deception and The Heart of Betrayal, both signed by her. I haven't read either of these books yet, but I hear really, really good things about this entire series, so I need to get to it eventually. And there's the signing and a little bookmark. There was also an Alwyn Hamilton signing, so I got my copy of Rebel of the Sand signed by her, which was really, really nice of her. And then a long, long time ago, I won a copy of Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry, and I didn't expect it to arrive signed, but it did. And oh, I guess there's swag in here that I completely forgot about. So she included that and then also personalized it to me, which was really nice. Actually, I'm finding in a lot of these books that there's a lot of swag and stuff that I had thrown in there that I completely forgot about, which is really cool. Another really fun signing I went to was Renee Ahidi. I'm probably saying that wrong. There were a couple different authors at this signing actually, and I don't remember who the other ones were, but what stood out so much for me at this signing was that I had the opportunity to interview her, and I actually just never ended up writing the post for my blog, so that's kind of a shame. But yes, here is my signed copy that is personalized to me, and I love this series, so I'm so grateful to have this signed. Another fun signing I went to was Gail Foreman. She was so much fun to talk to, and she's a really great speaker, so I got all of these signed, which was really, really amazing. So I'll show you the If I Stay one. And she personalized all of them for me, which was really nice. I totally forgot, but I actually met this author twice, and that was Marie Lu. The first year I met her, she was giving out copies of Warcross, so as we were picking them up, she was also signing them for us, which was very, very nice of her. And then I found my other copy by Nina LaCour that I got signed, which is We Are Okay, and there's like a bunch of swag in here that I don't want to have fall out. I guess they're postcards from We Are Okay, and she also personalized and signed this one to me. And then another author that I met back in Denver who was also on a panel of authors was Natalie C. Anderson, and so she signed my copy of City of Saints and Thieves. Yet another author that I met at LA Times Festival of Books was Roxane Gay, and she was an incredible speaker as well, super funny and really interesting to listen to. So she signed my copy of Bad Feminist, which was very, very sweet of her. And then I found the other 3 copies that Siri James had signed for me. So we have The Lost Memories of Jane Austen, Dracula My Love, and The Secret Diaries of Charlotte Bronte. I read all of these except for Dracula My Love, and I just love her writing so much, and each one has like a very personalized little paragraph in there for me. Okay, this next book is actually one that I purchased myself, so it was already signed when I bought it, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So this one, my sister was so jealous when I got it, and it's signed in pink, which is very, very cool. And I just love that this is signed. And this is actually the special Target edition that has a CD in it, which is really cool. I've never actually listened to it or seen what it is, but that's really amazing. Again, if you watched my bookshelf tour, you saw that I mentioned this a couple times, but I also met Chuck Palahniuk, so he signed my copy of Fight Club. Chuck Palahniuk was amazing to meet. He's so eccentric and just crazy and weird and out there, and I loved meeting him, and he was just really amazing to talk to, and it was so cool that I got this signed, because this is like one of my favorite books ever. And again, a really, really nice signature. Okay, another author that I met in Denver was Samantha Shannon, so she signed my copy of The Bone Season, which was very nice of her, and then it's also stamped with this Scion No Safer Place stamp, which is really cool. Again, another author that I met at Y'all West, and she signed these right as we were picking them up, and that's Bright We Burn. This is by Kirsten White. I actually have another copy of a book by her, but that one is not signed, but this one is. Okay, and then this author I also met at LA Times Festival of Books. As you can see, there's kind of a theme here. And that was Laini Taylor, so she signed my copies of Daughter of Smoke and Bone and Days of Blood and Starlight, which is really, really cool. I haven't read either of these, and I heard really good things about this series, so I really need to read them. This next one is actually really cool because it was one of the first book signings that I ever went to in Denver, and that was for Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. There was like 3 or 4 other authors there as well, but she was the only one I had a book by. So she signed this for me, and I was like so overjoyed to go to that signing. It was really cool, and she signed it in red, which is amazing, and just Ugh, this was such a good signing and I had so much fun there. And then the very last one that I have, if you've stuck around this long, thank you. That was for Star Wars, The Princess, the Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy, and again by Alexandra Bracken, as I already mentioned earlier. She signed a bunch of other books for me, and I have a bunch of swag in here that I hope doesn't fall out, but she signed this one for me and personalized it, which was very nice of her. Okay, so that is everything that I've ever gotten signed by an author or have purchased that is signed, and it's quite a lot, as you can tell. I love going to book signings. I don't do it as much now that I'm back home in California because I hate having to go to the Grove in LA and to Barnes & Noble because they always want you to buy the book there, and it's like, if I already have it, I don't want to buy another copy, so yeah. But otherwise, I just love going to book signings. I love going to book conventions and events and Y'all West and all the stuff like that. So they're super fun. I love meeting authors and being able to talk to them. It's really an amazing experience. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and liked looking at part of my collection again. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any books in particular that you've gotten signed that you really love. I would love to hear your experiences of book signings because everyone has a really crazy and wild and different experience than the next person in line, which is always really fun. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye! Hello everyone, my name is Paige and today I'm going to be okay, I'm just gonna start over. Another author that I've met is, signing that was in Denver was, oh, who is this? Giving out copies of Wildcard, or, oh my god.